Britain's Strongest Man 2025.
This is a very important event in Sheffield, in the Steel City, the Battle of Britain.
Best of British.
A vicious show.
Didn't fall over, didn't rip my shorts, so yeah, we're doing well.
Ladies and gentlemen, very modest, very humble, very talented Andy Flynn.
Andrew Flynn flew with it. I sort of expected he would do.
Yeah, it's impressive to watch.
A couple of people didn't finish it, most people did.
The new guys are just wiping the field.
Great guys coming through from the English scene. You know, Ben Glasscock, Andrew Flynn.
From nowhere, Andy Flynn is right back in the picture.
I like Andrew, I do. I've not actually competed against him before, but he seems like a very experienced lad.
I was injured 5 years ago, bicep tendons and a disc bulge in my neck, and I couldn't even tricep press 10 kilos. Back then I thought I wanted to get to Britain's Strongest Man, so it's been like a 5-year journey for me to kind of get back to this level.
Surely not Andy Flynn. The podium?
Podium? Maybe. Who am I to say they can't?
Yeah, I wish him all the best, but he's absolutely getting it.
They don't necessarily have the CV of a Bishop, but they're younger and they're hungrier.
I'm Adam Bishop.
I actually like Bish.
When I had the injury back at World's Strongest Man, we didn't know whether I'd be ready in time for Brits.
He gave advice to me when I did my biceps, and he's got my respect. He's a great athlete.
Adam Bishop, of course, has been an absolute stalwart of Britain's Strongest Man.
I'm the only guy in this field who knows what it feels like to win Britain's Strongest Man, and I want to win a third one.
If he wins Britain's Strongest Man, he joins the likes of Jeff Capes, 3 times winners.
It kind of cements me in history, and it's something that I'm desperate for.
Getting warmed up here for the next event.
Just had some bad news come through that Adam Bishop has withdrawn. Just heard on the headset. Awful news for Adam, because he was coming back really well after the start. The first event didn't go to plan, but he's clawed his way back into this contest. Unfortunately, Bish won't continue.
We'll hopefully see him back.
He was struggling to get his head into the right place to compete today.
His heart wasn't in it, his head had gone, and he made the right decision.
It's difficult to carry on. You need to be there, mentally focused, and obviously the body follows.
You know, if you're not going to go out there with your full commitment to something, that's when injuries can happen.
He lives to fight another day, and wish him to get back here as quick as possible.
2 men on 30 points. The chasing pack, snapping at the heels.
I think the 4th event is always the hardest event. On the 5th event, you've almost got that second wind. You know the show's almost done, and you can nearly go home. But the 4th event's brutal.
It's really going to separate the men from the boys here.
No, that's exactly it. You've got to remember what these guys have done. That duck walk especially. 1, 2. That duck walker especially is going to fry the glutes and lower back, and that's just what they need to even get the log up to the chest. So it's very taxing on the back, more than the shoulders at this point.
We've seen people shine on speed and cardio events, but now it's going to be more about raw top end.
The log, heavy this year, 160, which I'm glad to see. 160 is a heavy log for reps as well.
Amazing. Used to be like 110 kilos for Britain's Strongest Man.
But the standard of Britain's demands more.
I think it got to the stage where people like Luke Stoltman can just do that for a minute, which is fine, but I think when you get 2 or 3 of them doing that, it becomes the fastest man, not the strongest.
160 for reps is a lot on a wooden log. So we need that point separation.
The old boy is still here, so we'll get it done.
You're going to get lads out there who aren't going to get a rep. And that's just the way it's going to be.
And you start to think, who in the field has got the strongest speciality disciplines ahead?
Luke and Paddy drawing after 3 events. It's fantastic for Paddy, but unfortunately,
Log press, it's my worst event on paper.
Everyone tells me Sean's really good at log.
Sean Gillen is going to surprise people.
He could really mix it up there, I don't doubt that he is, because everyone says he is.
And we all need to just go for it.
Ego, Shane Flowers, Paddy Haynes, wick off the ground, but Highland Oak. It's that rock solid, rock strong Flynn is right there with him as the Oak throws the Oak overhead for a second time. There's a third, and now he's starting to feel the rhythm. And there's another one. And Luke Stoltman is really gaining momentum. 4 lifts, and this looks mega, Eddie Hall.
Every rep was as powerful as the first rep. Luke's thinking, shall I do another one?
Ben Glasscock performs the letter C there with that one. Absolutely phenomenal. Dug in hard, but think that Luke knows he's done enough. As Flynn surely stuck that. That must be a good rep.
What a difference one event can make at Britain's Strongest Man.
I don't know, just this is mad. You're looking around and you think this is your job, Luke, man. This is wild.
What a solid performance from Luke Stoltman. And Ben Glasscock on the log.
This time last year, Ben signed up to me for coaching and he wrote on his initial questionnaire, one of his biggest lifetime goals was to make Britain's Strongest Man. I wouldn't even be upset if he beat me. I really wouldn't. I think Ben has more potential than he realises, so he can go all the way if he wants. It's up to him.
Oh, Ben, I bend further back during the log than you do, and you practically just copy my technique.
Not a hair out of place on the flying Flynn.
The biggest thing has just been salute to every guy that's competed.
To be fair with Paddy, I think it's near his max. You know, I think he's done over 160, but only just. We need to test these guys across all the different strength tests. One of them's pressing, unfortunately, for Paddy, but he needs to get in the gym and get the pressing power up.
Many men went, many men struggled. One man did not. The Highland Oak cruised to victory.
Feels nice, man.
Well, I know a guy, Ed, that once decided he'd drop a 211 kilo log on his neck. You remember that guy?
Yeah, that guy was an idiot.